Howdy folks, and welcome to this Let's Play of Stellaris. Well, in the last episode, which was episode 69, we actually carried on playing as the Genghis Empire, which is a Plantoid species. And we were engaged in a war with the Vivisandi. So that war with the Vivisandi, we're now carrying on with that particular war. As you look at our fleets here, you should see that we got... fleets. We've got fleets in various different positions, and we still are bombarding a planet here. And of course, ideally we want to move our transport fleet into orbit there. Now I'm not sure where we got our fleet in orbit at the moment. That's a planet that we already have conquered. So what I'll actually be doing at this point, I will actually move that fleet into orbit here, which is over Cloud Forest, an enemy planet. Right, I still got this fleet here as well. Now this fleet has actually invaded one of their systems here. Actually, we'll be merging these two fleets here. I will leave behind a contingent here of at least 8 battleships, plus a few lesser vessels. Okay, that should do the trick. And of course our main fleet that we got left here should be able to then take control of all these other enemy planets. Alright, we got the various different fleet units here. These units are here supporting our ally, the local people that we got engaged in there, which is the Velon, one of the species that we subjugated in an earlier episode. Let's actually get the time element running here. We do have new armies that we are still recruiting here, as you see, on these various different planets, all within our own realm. At the moment, all of these are actually psionic armies. So again, I'll be merging those with that main fleet that we got there. Again, there's always a bit of administration involved in whatever work we do, whether that's actually war or actually non-war components. Right, currently standing at 83% in terms of our war goals.
Situation log updated.
Look at that, we took them out in a matter of seconds. Less seconds for you and me, of course. In game, that probably will be a matter of days, but still,
Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log
it's a relatively quick win.
Research complete. Hostile fleet engaged.
Another fleet that we're engaging with here.
Updated.
We did just finish some research. Hull point actually increased. What do I want to get next? I don't want to do the robots. I want to basically try to steer clear of the robots. I can actually go for the advanced strike crafts here. Should be a nice upgrade on what I actually already have in terms of weaponry. Standing at 96% now. Got so many different factions in there. I've got numerous different factors. I'm still working on integrating the Velon planets, which hopefully completes in today's episode. We will see. Alright, let's kick up the clock speed somewhat. Let's see if we got still fleet units that we need to move from somewhere. So we've got a fleet in orbit here. Alright, we have got a victory that we gained. So a victory against the Vivisandi. Alright, they have admitted defeat, but do not think this is anything more than a temporary setback on the Vivisandi consolidated planet states. Yeah, okay, I heard that before. So what we now have, as you will see at the top of the screen, we now see an increase in terms of our number of planets that we've got direct control over from the original number that we had up to a new number of 12. Actually decreasing the game speed, or actually pausing the game speed briefly here. So if I look down here what I got this sector here which is called the Cactus sector. Is that the Cactus sector, really? Alright, let's have a look at that sector. this sector here, I'm going to enlarge with some of those newly acquired planets here. Can I do that already? I should be able to, I thought. Yep, there we go. Just took a second for the actual system to update, allowing me to basically integrate those into there. So if I look at the planet names here, Hirschmal. Yep, that's one of the newly acquired ones. What are the other ones called? There are some other systems here like Rendur. Heka is one of them. And ultimately you've still got that planet here which is called Quitar. Quitar, is that one there? No, that's one of the planets where I'm already building regular stuff on, so it's not that one. It's over here. That's the one. Good. That should do for the moment, I guess. Good victory. Borders are closed from one of the other species here. Yeah, they're not happy with our species continuously expanding here, basically. Which is, yeah, okay. We did ask them to stop their atrocities, so that's a good thing, I would say. But at the same time, we basically have been able to expand here our own domain. Now, one of the things I do need to do, I need to get some extra construction ships up and running. So if I look at these actual planets here, I will be able to put some extra construction ships out here. Alright, let's also look at actually focusing in on our post-war construction or recovery of everything. Alright, this fleet here needs to go in for repairs. Badly. Question is, where does it go to do that? Let's do that differently. Let's send it into orbit of this one here. For the moment being, that should be fine. And of course our transport fleet, I don't want to keep that in that system there. I want to move it towards Vivis. I think that's the original home planet of Vivisandi, the Vivis system. Alright, let's get our systems up and running. Alright, I do need to basically install some additional wormhole generators here. Have we actually explored this system? It does look like it, but it really is a bare system. There's nothing to be gained in there. Now, that system here does have actually some resources in there that we haven't actually exploited yet.
System survey complete.
Protectorate, interesting. Okay. Science ships are ready, and we can send them in here to do research projects in the various systems that we just gained. This system here seems to be a joint system, is that correct? Yeah, we got a planet in here where we want to place, of course, a space base. Right, kicking up the game speed. One of the things I want to wait with is, alright, I'm gonna get a new scientist on board of this ship here. Experience gain, no. Rocketry. Let's go for the youngest one here. There's an extra science ship at my disposal here. And I should, in theory, be able to explore additional systems down here, but those are all blocked from my entry. let's go through these systems here one by one. I think that will basically give me the exact exposure I'm looking for here. Anything else? Yeah, there is another system here that's not been explored. Yeah, I think that's a good mission for them for the time being. Got additional construction ships that just came online. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to build some additional wormhole generators. I'm actually also going to place them in control of building additional mining facilities here. But I also want to make sure I actually get my new star bases up and running here. Okay, for the moment being, that should do the trick. So all these fleets are still moving through space here, as you can see. We've got a fairly big part of the galaxy in our control. Not everything yet, but we are getting more and more control of things as time progresses, as we also start integrating our vassals. Alright. These guys here are protected under the Valon star commonality. Are we at peace with them at the moment? We could declare war upon them if we wanted to. In terms of our actual victory goals, in terms of conquest, we still got 10 other independent nations. We really wanted to reduce that down to, well, 0 if we can.
Construction
So these guys are one of my vassals, which is good.
Complete. Debris analyzed.
Look at that. Particle lance, gauze guns, or gauze cannons I should really say. Plus additional physics as well as engineering points. Alright, we should be in a position now to basically start consolidating these fleet components back into a single fleet. So I'm actually going to do that as we speak. So this one here should be reinforced with, for example, that one there. This one here should be reinforced with that one there. If I look at actually where this fleet is currently based, we want to get it into orbit of one of our planets. Like for example this planet here. This here is a battleship fleet. Again, I can join those two up into a single. How many commanders have I got in play at the moment? So if I look at my actual list of leaders, I got 4, and one of them is still available here, it looks like. So I could, in theory, assign an extra leader to this one here. And start assigning additional ships to this one here as well. Alright, let's join these up with that previous one as well. That fleet can be placed into orbit of one of my other systems here, I would say.
Debris analyzed.
Engineering bay should help us in terms of repairs. Again, gauze cannons, particle beams, as well as advanced strike craft at this point. We should of course also be able to consolidate various other bits and pieces. Build maybe a second wormhole generator in this system here as well. Hirschmal has got none yet. So again, I want to basically place here a wormhole generator. Same goes for that system here. Wormhole generator. Hezzy. I'll do the same. Now I do have some systems here where I could potentially
System survey complete.
get some additional resources from. Let's check out all of these systems here though. Anything else I want to assign at this point? I don't think so. Let's check out this particular part of our front lines here. Has anything been taken out during the war? Do we need to replace anything? Let's check on the wormhole generators here, because I do believe that this system had one originally. So again, I'm going to send out ships here to place those wormhole generators here, such that at least on the next war we'll have the maximum capability in terms of transportation. Alright, that should do the trick. If I look at my armies here, there are various different armies on the various different planets here. I will embark all these here. This one's in orbit of a planet there. I'll start merging these into one again. Alright, still additional armies are under construction, as you can see. Let's have a look at where this fleet here is. This is one of the fleets I've got myself. That's been my own for a fair while. And ideally, of course, you want to place these into orbit all of your planets just to reduce the actual requirements that you've got in terms of maintaining them. Right, where else have we got planets that we could potentially colonize? Are there any additional systems with planets in there? So it looks like we got a system with a planet in here, a tundra planet. There is a tropical one, continental one, and that looks like a very promising one, that one. Placing it nicely over there. Another tropical one over here. Again, colonizing this. It's already a system that's owned by one of my sectors, so that's great. It means I don't have to basically get it under my own control. It goes straight into sector control. Another tundra planet here, and a tropical, and another desert planet. Let's say go for the desert planet here and colonize it.
Debris analyzed.
Perfect. Perfect.
System survey complete.
Sign ships. Now I do have 2 sign ships engaged at the moment, so that should be good. Right, these guys here, Xenos United, Vivisandi Homelanders. Okay.
Debris analyzed.
Got so many different factions, but there's so many species that I basically got control over. Ooh, interesting. Our friends want to basically get into a war. They want to liberate the Authority Confederacy. Excuse me, you want to get us, have us get into war, but you don't give us anything in return. Who are we getting into a war with? Yeah, okay, well, the other time I went into war, you joined me, and this time I will basically go into war and I'll join you. So, yeah, okay, that's fine. United Lavish Nations. So, where are these guys, United Lavish Nations, based? Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so let's just collapse our bits there. This one is fine. This one needs to be repaired. This one needs to be repaired. This one here is fine at the moment being as well. This one here is a relatively new fleet, but in the meantime I will actually get my fleet out here. So currently I'm at war with who? The Valon Star Commonality as well as the United Lavish Nations. And this is the Valon Star Commonalty, and they've got a fleet relatively close to our border here. I'd love to be able to get into this straight away. It's one jump away from us, so that's a quick one. This other fleet here, let's see where it is based at the moment. This fleet is based here to the west. So ideally I'd like to basically get that straight into there again. It's one of my vassals, that's great. Let's get into orbit of this planet here. Is there actually a planet here? I don't see anything here, but okay, let's see how that goes. Ah, there's the planet. Good.
Hostile fleet
So
engaged. Situation
we've just got into warp, and actually that's a great time for us, of course, to call it a day. So in the meantime, I'm going to call it a day. Hopefully you enjoyed today's session, and of course I will see you on the next one. Have a good day. Bye bye.